I'm Denisha Nishan-Palachi. I'm an artist who works mostly in photo. I do a bit of sculpture, and I am a graduate of OCAD's photography program. I graduated in 2016. I do think that my interest in photography started with my family albums. Creating stories about people that I didn't know. I would always bring a camera to school, enjoyed having it with me and just documenting my friends' lives and my own life. And I noticed that people started to use the images that I was taking of them as their MySpace photo, profile photos. So I was like, okay, maybe there's something here. Maybe I should keep doing this. My photography is generally super colorful, kind of deceptive also. When you use a lot of highly saturated colors, it allows for you to talk about things that are a little bit more tense, but it diffuses the context. And I'm also influenced by strategies that are used in the commercial world and in fashion. Some of the themes that often come up in my work is that of the identity of an Afro-Caribbean person, specifically one who is first generation. I sort of exist in these two worlds where I don't fully fit into either one. I'm also really interested in the things that we choose to covet, why, and how we acquire them. A lot of the objects I put in my still lives are figurines that belong to the matriarchs of my family. And that's also something I've been thinking a lot about as well, the privilege of minimalism. What drew me to OCAD? It's the history. There's a lot of really interesting artists and creatives who came out of that school, and I wanted to be amongst that lineage. The pedagogy at that school prepared me for what it was I want to be doing. It's unique in that you get to be around people in various disciplines that are all creating something. I think I benefited the most from the liberal studies courses, the theory and art history. Obviously having access to the studios, I do miss that. That's really what I think shaped my practice. I think that if you're going to become a photographer or an artist, you just need to get out into the world. You need to see art. You need to speak to other artists. I get to play every day, take whatever's in my mind and turn it into something tangible and play around and see what happens. And I think that's such a gift, and I feel very lucky that I'm able to do it. I feel very blessed in that regard.